Good morning, ladies. Expelliarmus. Good morning, my Girl Scout sisters and wizarding enthusiasts. And thank you so much for joining us this Saturday morning for our Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party. Welcome. We are so excited that you could join us for fun, friendship, and all things wizarding as we paint with girls from all around the country. I hope you have your favorite paint clothes on. Today we will paint a Wonders of Wizarding masterpiece featuring Hedwig the Magical Owl using acrylics. Let's see. I know we asked girls to accessorize with their favorite wizard gear. Raise your hand if you dressed up today. I'm going to see. Oh, okay. Nice. You guys show me your outfits. I want to see them. Oh, I love the witch hat. Super cute. Oh my gosh, you guys look so good. Today, we have a really fun day ahead of us. During this session, we're going to make a wand, learn a spell, prepare and enjoy a wizard snack, make a butterbeer float, a few more surprises, and paint a Wonders of Wizarding Magical Owl masterpiece using acrylics. All girls who paint today will be earning their painting badge. Congratulations. These badges are Troop's own badges and are available for Daisy, Brownie, Junior, Cadet, and Senior shapes. Those beautiful patches are offered by Girls Love Scouting, and we will send you the order information after you completed the event. Oh, where are my manners? Let me introduce myself. I'm Ginny Weasley, and I love magic and I love to paint. I'm super excited about our Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party today. It's sure to be a great time. I'm here with my 6 Girl Scout sisters. Wizards for my troop. We were all so thrilled that you decided to spend your Saturday with us. Also with us today is Miss Chamika Sparks, the artist and owner of the Painted Palette and more. She's going to be guiding us as we create our Hedwig the Magical Owl masterpieces. Everyone, please join me in saying hello to Miss Chamika by waving to her and giving her a nice Girl Scout welcome. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Miss Chamika.
Hi, guys.
Okay, today Miss Chamika will teach us to use paint on canvas using acrylic. I'm super excited. I can hardly wait. Let's get this started. Okay, my fellow wizards, it's time for me to hand you off to my Girl Scout sister, Hermione Granger.
Thank you, Jenny. Hello, my Girl Scout sisters and wizarding enthusiasts. My name is Hermione Granger. I am so glad I could be here with you today. I'm excited to be here at this Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party. I'm so glad you could join us today. We are sure to have a great time. Just like Girl Scouts, wizarding is filled with history and tradition. In true Girl Scout tradition and fashion, we are going to recite the Girl Scout Promise of Law. Let's do it together. Please raise your right hand and your middle 3 fingers with me. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, respect authorities, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout. That was great. Thank you for joining me. Okay, my fellow wizards, it's time for me to hand you off to my Girl Scout sister, fellow wizard, and friend Hedwig.
Thank you, Hermione. Hello, my Girl Scout sisters and wizard enthusiasts. My name is Hedwig, and I too am super excited to be here at our Wonders of Wizarding paint party today. I have to say, I'm pretty flattered that you all showed up to paint me. I have the great honor of leading you through the Pledge of Allegiance. Please see the flag on the screen. Please put your right hand over your heart and join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That was great. Thank you for joining me. Okay, my fellow wizards, it's time for me to hand you off to my Girl Scout sister, fellow wizard, and friend, Bellatrix.
Thank you, Hedwig. Hello, my Girl Scout sisters and wizarding enthusiasts. My name is Bellatrix, and I'm excited that you are here to join and enjoy our Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party today. In order to be sure we all have a wizardly wonderful time, we have rules, and it's my responsibility to share with you the event rules. Most of the rules are found in the Girl Scout Promise and Law we just recited. Please respect yourself and others during this session, and everyone should have a great time while we learn a lot and paint together today. Rule 1 is to have an adult with you the entire time. You should not be participating in this event without a safe adult nearby. Rule 2 is to please use the Zoom chat feature if you have any questions. If you have a question, you may just send a direct message to any of us Girl Scout hosts. Rule 3 is to put your Zoom on speaker mode. This will allow you to better see the instruction during this event. You should do that now. Rule 4 is to get to know your reaction buttons. We will ask you for a thumbs up during several parts of the session. Using your reaction button, show me your thumbs up. Also, we will ask you to use your raised hand function if you need us to slow down. Using your reaction buttons, show me your raised hand. Rule 5 is to please change your Zoom name to your favorite wizard and your state. For example, my name is Bellatrix, California. This is to protect your privacy. If you don't have a favorite wizard, look at this chart I found online. It's called Every State's Favorite Harry Potter Character. You can find your state and select the character if you would like. You can also use this list as inspiration and select any character you wish. You can go ahead and update your Zoom name now. While everyone is figuring out their new wizard Zoom name, does anyone have a joke for me?
I have a joke for you.
Yeah, what is it?
How does Harry Potter get rid of a rash?
I'm not sure how.
With Quidditch.
That's good. Does anyone else have one?
I have a joke for you.
Yeah, what is it?
Why can't wizards fish?
Why can't they fish? I don't know why.
They can only cast spells.
That's good. Does anyone else have one more?
I have a joke.
Yeah, what is it?
Do you like Harry Potter?
Yeah, I do.
Because I a Dumbledore Harry Potter.
That's good. Okay, let's continue. Rule 6 is to let your family and anyone in your house know when you have your Zoom video on. This event will be recorded and we'll be taking pictures and screenshots as indicated in the invitation. If you do not want your picture shared, please turn off your Zoom video camera. Rule 7 is you may leave to use the restroom if you need to. You do not need to ask. Rule 8 is if you don't know what materials we are using, look in the Zoom chat or look for information via screen sharing. Rule 9 is to learn a lot and have fun. Okay, my fellow wizards, thank you for listening to the rules. It's time for me to hand you off to my Girl Scout sister, fellow wizard, and friend, Dobby.
Thank you, Bellatrix. Hello, my Girl Scout sisters and wizarding enthusiasts. My name is Dobby or Dobby California, since we all changed our Zoom names to protect our privacy. As Ginny mentioned, during this Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party, we'll be doing a lot of fun things, earning badges and painting a Hedwig the Magical Owl masterpiece. Go ahead and send me a message in the chat box. Who do you think is the most famous wizard of all time? While everyone does that, does anyone have a joke for me?
I have a joke.
What is it?
What happened to the naughty wizard at school?
I don't know, what?
He was expelled.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I've gotten 4 or 5 Harry Potters, Hermione, Dumbledore, Voldemort. Wow. I think the most popular wizard mentioned was definitely Harry Potter. As many of you know, Harry Potter is the main character in the series of books and movies called Harry Potter. There are 7 fantasy novels written by British author J.K. Rowling. The novels chronicle the lives of young wizard Harry Potter and his friends Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley.
all of whom are students at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The main story arc concerns Harry's struggle against Lord Voldemort, a dark wizard who intends to become immortal, overthrow the wizard governing body known as the Ministry of Magic, and subjugate all wizards and muggles, non-magical people. Give me a thumbs up if you are a muggle. Wow, that's a lot of muggles. Now give me a raised hand if you're a wizard. Oh, we have a lot of wizards here too. The first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, was released in 1997. The books have sold more than 500 million copies worldwide, making them the best-selling book series in history, and they've been translated into 80 different languages. Who here has read a Harry Potter book or watched a Harry Potter movie? Raise your hand for me if you have. Wow, that is a lot of Harry Potter fans. As you probably know, Hermione Granger is a fictional character in the Harry Potter series. She becomes best friends with Harry and Ron and has a quick wit, deft recall, and encyclopedic knowledge to lend aid in dire situations. Hermione Granger has had immense popularity and was voted the best female character of all time in a poll conducted amongst Hollywood professionals. Hermione Granger is a quick study and is great at learning spells. For those of you who saw the Harry Potter movies, Hermione's first spell was Oculus Reparo, to fix Harry's glasses when they were on the train on the way to Hogwarts. The word reparo is used to repair something that is broken. Now, let's say it together. 1, 2, 3, reparo. Great, we're going to use that later. Okay, my fellow wizards, thank you for learning about Harry Potter and Hermione with me, and thank you for learning a quick spell too. It's time for me to hand you off to my Girl Scout sister and fellow wizard and friend, Glinda.
Thank you, Dobby. Hello, my Girl Scout sisters and wizard enthusiasts. My name is Glinda. How's everyone doing so far? Give me a thumbs up if you're having a great time. I am too. We're getting closer to starting to paint, but before we do that, I thought we might want to explore a mode of wizard transportation, the flying broom. Flying brooms play an important role in the fantasy world of Harry Potter. It is used for transportation as well as for playing the game of Quidditch. Quidditch is a fictional sport invented by author J.K. Rowling for the book series Harry Potter. It is a dangerous but popular sport played by witches and wizards riding flying broomsticks. Flying broomsticks is a strenuous activity which burns a lot of energy. Speaking of needing energy, I'm hungry. Give me a thumbs up if you're hungry. Me too. Let's make a snack. We are going to make pretzel and cheese broomsticks. Let's get our materials. We are going to need 3 pretzel sticks, 1 stick of string cheese, and chives. These are optional, and you'll also be needing a knife. Making sure your safe adult is nearby, go ahead and open and peel your string cheese if you haven't done that already. While we do that, does anybody have a joke for me?
I have a joke.
Let's hear it.
What was the young wizard's favorite part of school?
I don't know, what was it?
The spelling bee.
That's a good one. Does anybody else have a joke for me?
I have a joke in my chat box already. What
Girls,
do you
go
call?
ahead. Oh, sorry. Girls, if you have jokes, go ahead and send them to any of our wizards here and we will read them out for you. Go ahead.
What do you call a Harry Potter fan on a horse?
I don't know what.
Harry Trotter.
That's a good one. Okay. 2 more jokes for me, please.
I have a
one.
joke.
Oh, sorry. What's the? Oh, it's not funny. Hold on. What do you call a wizard who only casts good spells?
I don't know what.
Charming.
That's a good one. Okay, one more, please.
I have a joke for you.
What is it?
What do you call the entrance to a magical gym?
I don't know. What do you call it?
A dumbbell door.
That's a good one. I like that one. Okay, girls. So we are gonna start. So here I have my little cutting board, and we're gonna get our string cheese, and we're just gonna cut with your knife very carefully. We're gonna cut it into 3 equal parts. So I have, oh, my hair. I have 1. So just like that. So I have my 3 pieces right here. Okay. Now with our 3, now we have our 3 pretzel sticks. We're gonna slide the pretzel on one side of the cheese. So I'm gonna do this side. Let's do it very carefully. Just like that. And now on the side that doesn't have the pretzel stick, we're gonna very carefully peel it to look like the end of a broomstick. I don't wanna rip it. Okay. While we do that, does anybody else have more jokes for me?
I have a
do.
joke.
Let's hear them.
What do you call a wizard who is good at calculus?
I don't know. What do you call it?
A mathematician.
That's a good one. I wish I was a mathematician. Is there any more jokes for me?
Yeah, I've got one in the chat box.
Let's hear it.
What do you call a Hufflepuff that makes chocolate?
I don't know. What do you call it?
A truffle puff.
That's good. Okay, so this is what it should somewhat look like. You can see it's kind of looks a little funky. Maybe I'm thinking, should I peel them more up? Oh, maybe that's too much. Okay, maybe just do the ends. But yeah, so it should look something like this. And these are optional. If you have chives, these are chives. If you don't have them, it's totally okay. I'm just going to, we're just going to tie it like this. Okay, someone wants me to slow down. Yeah, of course, I'm gonna slow down because we're also gonna make another one as well. But I'm just going to attempt to tie this chive. But yeah, it's a super easy snack to make, and it's also very delicious, and they're adorable. If you ever have a Harry Potter themed party, you can also make these or do it as an activity to make, and it's super yummy. But that's what it should. Okay, but that's what it should look like, and we're also gonna make 2 more. Someone said they made a wand. Ooh. So we're just gonna do the same thing. Another one. This one's a little bit smaller. I try to cut them equally, but I think it's perfect. Oh, okay. I have some jokes that people want me to share. Okay, so why does Voldemort prefer Twitter over Facebook? Because he has only followers, not friends. That's a good one. Okay, while we make our second one, does anybody have more jokes for me?
I have a joke.
Let's hear it.
What's the problem with twin witches?
I don't know.
You can never tell which witch is which.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was like thinking that, but I didn't know how to say it. That's good. Okay, does anybody else have more jokes for me?
I have a joke.
Let's hear it.
What did the comedian say to Harry Potter?
I don't know. What did he say?
Why so serious?
That's a good one. Okay, girls. So, okay, I have another joke. So I'm giving my last joke. Why does Snape stand in the middle of the road so no one knows what side he's on? That's a good one. So I have my 2 broomsticks. This one is equally as cute as well. And you can move on to your next broomstick if you would like, or you can eat the broomstick. It's totally up to you. Either way, they're really yummy and I hope you like them. Now you can keep working on this snack activity while we move into our next segment. So, my fellow wizards, thank you for learning about flying brooms and for making a broom snack with me. It's time for me to hand you off to my Girl Scout sister, fellow wizard and friend, Draco Malfoy.
Thank you, Glinda. Hello, my Girl Scout sisters and wizarding enthusiasts. My name is Draco Malfoy, and I'm excited that you are here to enjoy our Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party. Next, we are going to make a wizard wand. Let's get our materials ready. Get your painted 12-inch stick, yarn, and which should be 3 colors, a glue stick, ribbon, and your star printout, which should be already cut out. You can have glitter, jewels, beads, and glitter glue if you want. Those are optional and are up to you. We're going to take our painted stick and start with the yarn. So your yarn could be like whatever colors you wanted. I just had these colors for me. And we're gonna get our yarn ends, and we're going to make the handle part. So we're going to just line up our yarn like this, like all our ends kind of length. Does anyone want to say in the chat what colors that they got? My favorite color is blue. And I was like, oh, what goes good with blue? And I was like, yellow and white. So that was my choice for my yarn. We got pink, green, purple from Luna. Joe liked black. Nice. I love all these colors. Pink, blue, and gold. Wow, there's just so many chats. I can't keep up, guys. You guys have a lot of good choices with yarn. I love it. And we're going to get our stick. This part, well, first we're gonna tie our yarn at the very end together so that they like don't come undone. So it's just like a little simple knot where you just like, you have your trusted adult do it, but I like doing like a circle and you put the ends of the knot through the circle. Just like that. Now I'm not worried that like my yarn would like become separated. So this is all I have so far. I have my yarn and I just tied it together so that it wouldn't come undone. Does anyone have a joke for me while everyone like catches up?
I have a joke from Luna Lovegood in the chat.
Ooh, what is it?
How do snakes get into Hogwarts?
I don't know.
They slither in.
That's such a good one. So I have some questions. So we are tying all 3 pieces of yarn together so that it won't come undone. It's easier. And then you don't need to have like 3 different colors. You can just use like 1 color if you would like. But I prefer to have 3. So does everyone want to give me a thumbs up if you guys are all caught up? Okay, I'm seeing lots of thumbs. Okay, so the next step is going to be like a little more difficult, I would say. We're going to get one of the ends of our wand and we're going to tie it on one end. So it's what we already did with our yarn already. And so I'll try to do this on camera. So you just kind of loop it around, and then you just make a knot. And so, and you can have your trusted adult help you also. So what all we've done, so I'll repeat all the steps so far, is we had our 3 colors of yarn, and we tied the end together of our yarn, and then we also tied it on to one of our ends of our stick. So it looks like this right now. Does anyone have a joke for me?
I have a joke.
What is it?
What do you get if you cross a wizard with a dinosaur?
I don't know.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I was thinking like T-Rex, but I'm like, that would
Yeah.
make sense. That was good. So someone asked me how we tie them all together, and what I did, I like literally wrapped like all my strings around my wand, and I just put the string through the hole that I just made. I already did my knot, so I don't have to pull it through. But that's basically what you have to do. Joe sent me a joke. What do you call an electrocuted Dark Lord? A Voldemort. Oh, that's good. Love it. Okay, does everyone want to give me a thumbs up if you guys are ready? Okay, I'm seeing lots of thumbs up. So what our next step is we're going to basically just twist this around our yarn, our stick, I mean, like that. But what we also want to do, I mean, if you want to, what I like to do is I get the little extra ends part that I have and hold it here. So when I twist it around, it will be hidden. So that's cool. It's basically like this. I'm holding my end yarn here. I'm just twisting my colors around. Yeah. How's everyone doing? And you guys can like make it go up the stick however long you would like. Because remember, this is your handle, so maybe like a good portion. No, I like holding my wand, a lot of it. Gotta get a good grip on it. Anyone have another joke for me? We got one in the chat from Dumbledore. What's a witch's favorite subject? Spelling. I love it. So this is all that I have right now. And I think this is a good length for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the end string. I'm probably going to cut a lot because maybe like this much. I think that's good length. And then I'm going to tie a knot at the top also. So I like go around, I have like a little loop, go around, and I go through the loop I just made. Like, oh, it's hard to see, like in there. Push it through, and then it'll be a knot. So I'll do that part again, so you guys can see how I'm knotting mine. So I go over, well, I like using my thumb, so I could get a big knot. So go over my stick, and I push it through the hole I have. And then I would make a knot. Show you guys once more. Go over, and then through. And then I just pull. And you guys could do that again, so it could be like a secure knot. So I'll do it again. Over, and then through my little opening. So I just double knotted it. Does anyone have a joke for me before I continue? I have some in my chat actually. From Hermione Hogwarts. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do we like Harry Potter? 9 3/4. That, I like that one. I haven't heard that one before. How does Harry Potter get down the hill? Walking? J.K. Rowling. Oh, that's good. That one was from Dumbledore. That was good. Guys, give me a thumbs up if you guys are where everyone else is, where I am. Okay, I'm seeing thumbs up. Everyone seems ready. Okay, so what we're going to do next is just cut off the excess string that I have. I don't know if you guys have already done that, but I still have to do it. So I'm cutting off this piece. Amazing. So what we are going to do next is taking our ribbon. I gotta get my ribbon box open. We're going to take our ribbon and we're going to put it at the top so we can have little streamers coming out, you know. So I chose green because that was just like another favorite color of mine that I always loved since I was a kid. And then we are going to wrap it at the top. Just like this. I'm going to tie it there. So it's just like what we did earlier. And then we're going to, I'll wait for everyone actually. Does anyone else have a joke for me?
I have a joke.
Yeah?
Who did the wizard call from the witch hotel?
I don't know.
Broom service.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. So next, we are going to, oh, I'm so straight. So this is how long my ribbon is going to be. I'm just going to have it like this, so I can have a little ribbon. And then we have our cutout stars that everyone should have. And we're going to glue it on with our glue. So we get our little ribbon like this. I gotta get my super glue and get it on. Does anyone have a joke for me as I do that?
I have a joke for you.
What is it?
How does Voldemort enter a room?
I don't know.
He slithers in.
Oh, I should have known that one. Any other jokes?
I have a joke for you.
What is it?
What do you call two witches who live together?
I don't know.
Broommates.
Oh, that's good. Someone asked how we tie the ribbon on the wand, and you just do a knot. It's simple. It's like what we did earlier with the yarn. Anyone else have a joke for me?
I have some jokes in my chat box.
Ooh, who?
What do you say to Harry Potter during Christmas?
I don't know.
Have a Harry Christmas.
Oh, that's a good one. Anyone else have one more joke for me?
I have a joke.
What is it?
What do you get if you cross a wizard and a blizzard?
I don't know.
A cold spell.
Oh, that's good. Okay, does everyone want to show me their wands? Here's mine. Oh, it's looking beautiful. I love it so much, guys. Now, we could practice our spells. Remember the spell we learned at the beginning of the session? Send me a message in the chat box if you remember what it was. That's right, Reparario. Lots of you got that right. Now, let's do it together. Let's wave our wand and say Reparario. Ready? 1, 2, 3, Reparario. Perfect. Of course, you can continue to decorate your wand and customize it and make it your own. Thank you for decorating, and my fellow wizards, it's time for me to hand you off to my Girl Scout sister and fellow wizard and friend, Hermione Granger.
Thank you, Draco. Hello, my fellow wizards. It's me again, Hermione. How's everyone doing so far? Give me a thumbs up if you're having a good time. Great. It looks like everyone is having as much fun as I am. We have one last thing to do before we start painting. We are going to make a butterbeer float. Butterbeer was a popular wizarding beverage described as tasting like butterscotch in the Harry Potter books and movies. It was served at numerous locations in the wizarding world. Students of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry would often buy it when visiting Hogsmeade. Let me turn off my background really quickly. Let's get our materials. 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream, 1 can of chilled cream soda or root beer, butterscotch syrup, whipped cream in a glass. As you're getting your ice cream out of the freezer, you're going to put 2 scoops of it in your glass. And while everyone is doing that, does anyone have a joke for me?
I have a joke. Why doesn't Voldemort have glasses?
Why?
Nobody knows.
I have another joke.
Okay.
What do you call a wizard that keeps falling over?
What?
Stumbledore.
Can I get a few more jokes, please?
I have a joke.
Okay.
Who did the wizard call from the witch hotel?
Who?
Room service.
I have another one.
Okay.
How many wizards does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
2. 1 to hold the bulb, 1 to rotate the room.
Okay, wizards. Once you have your ice cream in your glass, give me a thumbs up. Okay, can I get a few more jokes, please?
I have a joke.
Okay.
Why did the Protons vote for Harry Potter to be president?
Why?
Because they didn't want to elect Ron.
Okay, now does everyone have their ice cream in the glass? Okay, it looks like we have a lot of thumbs ups. Let's go ahead and open our can of soda, which I'm using cream soda. And you're gonna slowly pour it into your glass so it doesn't fill over the edge. Like this. Okay, next you're going to take your whipped cream and you're going to put it on top of your then you're going to take your butterscotch and you're going to drizzle that over the cream. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? It looks so yummy. I can't. Yum, okay, my fellow wizards. Thank you for making a butterbeer float with me. I hope you enjoy it as you paint your masterpiece. It is time for me to hand you off to my friend and Girl Scout sister, fellow wizard, and friend Hedwig.
Thank you, Hermione. Hello, my fellow wizards. We are ready to paint. Everyone should have their painting materials as we sent the material list ahead of time. You should also have received your pre-sketch and transferred those to your canvas. We are not only have to prepare by getting the right materials, we have to prepare our space so we don't permanently damage anything in our homes. You all should have covered your table or space. A drop cloth, big garbage bag, plastic tablecloth, or even newspaper will do. We also want you to protect your clothes, so hopefully you all have paint clothes on, or maybe a painter's smock. In a pinch, you can cut a hole in a garbage bag for your head and arms, with the help of your safe adult, of course, and that works too. Let's get our materials. You're gonna need your pre-sketched canvas, acrylic paints, paint brushes, paint palette, aka paper plate, plastic cup with water, and paper towels. Okay, everyone should be ready. Okay, girls, it's my great pleasure to introduce you to the artist and our paint instructor, Miss Chamika Sparks. Miss Chamika is a mother, Girl Scout leader, artist, and avid traveler. Welcome, Miss Chamika.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited to join you all today, and let's go ahead and get started on our painting. So as you know, we are going to be working on the our wizard owl. And so let's go ahead and get started. So if you look at your canvas, you'll notice that we have an owl sitting on top of 3 books, the spells, potions, and wands. I have my canvas prepared as well. You can see that pre-sketched. And so I'm going to be painting along with you, as well as my assistant on this event, Draco, is going to be painting with me. Perfect. There's thank you.
Hi.
So yeah, so Draco and I are going to be painting together. You guys are going to be following along. Remember to reach out to your event hosts through the chat if you have any questions, and they will get those questions to me. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're actually going to begin in a different way. If you have attended one of these events before, we usually start with the background, but today we're going to do something different. We're going to be starting with the 3 spell books that are underneath the owl. And that is because when we get to our finished product, we will need to be able to paint the spines of the books and then wait for that to dry and paint the letters on top. So today, instead of starting with the background, we're going to be starting with the books. So if you'll grab your paint palette or paper plate or foam plate, I should say, if you'll grab that, and you are going to grab your medium size brush. I'll show you what that looks like here. Okay, you should have a brush that looks like so. So the front tip of your brush kind of looks like a Q-tip, but it is not the smallest, skinniest brush. The reason why we're starting with this brush is because we do need to be mindful of the details, but we don't want the tiniest brush because we need to do medium-sized strokes of paint. Okay? So go ahead and get your medium-sized brush, and on your paint palette, you are going to grab your chestnut or dark brown. Go ahead and grab your chestnut or dark brown. And you are going to squeeze about the size of a quarter onto your paint palette. Okay? And then once you've done that, you'll notice that the brown is not entirely brown, but it has an orangish red tone. If you have orange paint within your set, you are going to use 1 tiny drop of orange into the brown. If you don't have orange paint within your acrylic set, you will use 1 tiny drop of yellow and 1 tiny drop of red. We're going to mix those 3 colors together to make the dark orangish brown color that we're going to paint only on the book that says wands. Okay? So go ahead and get your brown paint. And then if you have orange paint, you're going to put just 1 small drop, because with the acrylic paints, a little bit goes a long way. All right, so I have mine there. And you are going to mix those colors together. We're going for a dark orangish brown. And this is only for the book that says wands. Okay, mine actually needs just a little bit more to give it that color. Okay. So you can mix this with the same brush that you're going to paint with, because we're going to be cleaning our brushes and cleaning this particular brush in between painting the different sections. So if you have that color ready, let's see here. Draco, were you able to mix yours up pretty good?
I was. I was just painting on my
Awesome.
canvas now.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, so now you're going to take that color and you're going to paint the bottom book that says wands on your sketch. Now I'll tell you, don't worry about painting over the word wands. We will come back and add some detail for that. So now that you have that brown color mixed in, actually, let me take my background off. Hold on, let me take the background off because I don't think you're able to see my canvas. Okay. All right. So right now you are just painting the bottom book that says wands. And now normally at this point in our painting, we are usually using our widest brush, but today we're starting with our medium-sized brush because of the size of the book. So go ahead and paint from one edge to the other. Okay. You're painting from left to right. And once you're done painting that bottom book that the owl is sitting on, you can go ahead and put your paintbrush in your water cup and clean it off because we're going to use it right away for the next book. Okay. All right. And it should look like so. Okay. How's it coming along for you, Draco?
It's coming along really good.
Okay, great. Great. Okay. So you've painted that bottom book, and as you're going to notice, we're going to paint all three of these books, and then we're going to go to our background so that by the time we finish painting the entire background, before we go into doing the detail on the owls, we should be able to paint the words onto the books.
Mhm.
So now that I have my bottom book painted, I'm going to go ahead and clean my brush. Okay. And we are going to be using that same exact brush for the next book that we're painting, which is the potions book. Go ahead and clean that brush once you're done. Okay. And now, Draco, do you have a burnt orange color in your paint set?
I could make a burnt orange color.
Okay. If you have a burnt orange for this next section, you can use that. If you don't have a burnt orange, go ahead and use the orange color that you have with 1 drop of red added to it. Okay. All right, so go ahead and grab your orange paint from your set. Okay. And now for this particular color that we're mixing, you want to use even less than you did for the brown, because when we go to use the orange paint in the background, we want to have just a pure orange color that we're blending into the red, the yellow, and the brown. Okay, so go ahead and make your burnt orange. Again, you're going to use that same brush. Okay, I just put 1 drop of red into my orange. I'm making that a burnt orange. I'm going to mix that with my paintbrush. Very nice color here. Okay. And make sure that's blended nice with no streaks. And whether you're using a paint palette or a foam plate, as long as you keep the paint in its own individual section, You're fine. Okay, so now I have a burnt orange color on my brush. And now I'm moving on to the second book that the owl is sitting on, which is the potions. Oh, very nice, Draco. That looks
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, keep one thing in mind. You'll notice on your sketch, a part of the owl's scarf is hanging down on the potions book. Make sure that you don't paint over that, but that you paint around that. Okay, so now we're going to paint over, we're painting the potions book. Again, keep in mind not to paint the owl's scarf, because the owl's scarf has a pattern of yellow and red, but not orange. Okay, so now I'm painting my potions book. Okay, and if you'll notice, did anyone notice, or Draco, did you notice when you were painting the orange on the potions book, do you notice how you can also still see the word potions?
I can.
Okay, so the great thing about that is after this dries, when we come back and we use our fine-tuned brush with the black paint, it'll be very easy for you to paint the words, spells, potions, and wand. Okay. So go ahead and focus on sticking with the detail on the book. It's curved on both sides, just like the spine of a spell book. Be mindful of the scarf. Okay. And the nice thing about using a paintbrush of this size rather than our widest brush is when we have to go around the edge of the scarf, it's very easy to do so. If we were using our wide flat brush, your paintbrush, as you were trying to paint across the potions book, it would go across the scarf as well, and then you wouldn't be able to have the color pattern. So that's one of the things to keep in mind, is that as we go through this, and you'll notice I'll say, well, use this brush, take out this brush. That's why, because at times we need detail, and at other times we just need to be able to spread the paint over a larger section. Okay. So, alrighty, does anybody have a joke for me?
I have a joke.
Okay.
Why did Barty Crouch Jr. quit drinking?
I don't know. Why?
Because it was making him moody.
Okay, someone said, why did Severus Snape stand in the middle of the road? Does
I
anyone
don't know
why?
why.
So you know which side he was on.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, awesome. All right, so now I have my second book. My second spell book is painted. And you're going to want to go ahead and clean that same brush. What is Hagrid's favorite puzzle toy?
Hmm.
Does anyone know?
I
What?
don't.
I don't know.
A Rubius cube.
Oh.
Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and clean that last brush that we just used. And we are going to use this brush one final time to paint the top book, which is the spells book. Okay. So you want to clean your brush first. And now the spells book has an interesting combination of color. It is not only a yellow book, but it has yellow with some streaks of orange. Draco, have you seen an image of the finished product of our painting?
I have.
Okay, perfect. So you know that that top spell book has both yellow with some orange streaks. So keep the orange paint that you have on your palette. Go ahead and grab your yellow. Okay. Just remember to keep your colors separate because when we go through the backgrounds, we will have specific blocking of shading of colors that we will combine them with our large brush, but when we initially paint them, they will be in individual sections. Okay, so now we're going to do something interesting. We're going to use our yellow paint on our brush, and we're going to paint over the spell book. But after we paint over the spell book, we're going to take a drop of the orange paint that we just used on the potions book and make some small fadings and stripes. So let's go ahead and paint the spell book first. Remember not to paint over the wizard owl's scarf. So get right next to the scarf without going over it. Okay. And another technique that you can do when you want to avoid painting over something and you're afraid that you'll be so focused on what you're doing that you just go across it, you can paint up to the edge of it first, kind of like how you outline when you color, and then you paint beside it and not in the middle. So that's one technique that you can use as well. I'm going to go ahead and paint spells, the word spells. Okay. It is okay if you paint over the owl's little feet there, because those will be easy to come back in with our small brush and some detail. But as you can see, I started with an outline. Okay. And then I went to one complete edge. You're going to go around the curve of both books. The curves are on the ends. And be particular to be careful not to go past the edge of the book. Okay. Like so. Draco, how's it going for you on your end?
It's going good.
Okay. And did you notice that you can also see the word spells in there?
I can. It's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. So this makes it really easy. Sometimes I know that some of the people who take my classes they worry, how am I going to get it as neat as the sketch if I can't see it? Believe it or not, the acrylic paint, and even sometimes with the darker colors, when it dries, you can see through it. And that's why in some of our classes, we'll do a second coat of paint if there's any sketch lines that we don't want to come through. So after you've painted, you should have your bottom book painted, your middle, and now your top. You can go ahead and before you clean your brush, dip it in the orange paint that you just used for the potions book. Okay. And you're just going to make a couple of gentle stripes that are just ever so slightly faded in. And you can do that without washing the brush. Okay. So it doesn't have to be perfect. but there's just a little bit of an orange fading on the yellow book. Okay, just ever so slightly. And that orange paint, that orange paint that I just used is from the same color that I painted the potions book with. Okay, so once you're done with that, you can go ahead and wash that brush, because now we are going to use our largest wide flat brush. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So I'll give everybody a minute to do that. And if you're already done, go ahead and grab your orange paint and your red paint. Okay.
I
Now,
got a
if-
joke.
Yes, yes.
I have
let's
a
hear it.
joke from Dumbledore, Texas. Why did the Dark Lord envy from Harry Potter? His
Hmm.
nozzle.
Ah. Yes, 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 yes. Here's a joke. Hold on, let's see. What do you call a postal carrier who can speak to packages?
I don't know.
A parcel tongue.
Oh,
A parcel tongue. That's awesome. Okay, so guys, let's go ahead and grab our wide flat brush. Now, this is one of my favorite brushes, because with this brush, you are able to cover your entire canvas. Okay, so someone is holding up two different brushes, one that looks like a fan and one that looks like a rectangle. You want the one that looks like a rectangle. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do next. You know, as Girl Scouts, we use our resources wisely. So it is so important for us today that we are not wasting any of the supplies that we use, but that we're making the most of all of them. So what you're going to do now is that little bit of orange paint that you have left over on your palette, okay, that you have left over from your potions book, you are going to add 1 drop of yellow, and then you're going to mix it. And that is going to be the first part of the basis for our background. Now, Draco, you said that you've seen a picture of the finished product.
I
So
have.
you know from start to finish, the top of the painting is a golden yellow. And as it comes down, it becomes orange. And then it comes down even more, and it's more of a dark reddish orange.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to be starting from the bottom and working our way up. So with your widest brush, your wide rectangle brush, and your orange paint, actually this orange, I just noticed with mine, we forgot one step, which is to add a drop of red. Okay, so go ahead and get your, we're using our leftover paint from the potions book, and we're adding a drop of red. Okay. And we're going to mix that orange and mix that red and paint our palette. Paint our canvas. Now this gives kind of a resemblance of a warm, sunny afternoon. With your wide square or wide rectangle brush, you are only painting up to the edge of the books. Once you get to the top of the books on each side, you're not going to paint any higher, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. First, let's go ahead and let's paint the left side and the right side of the books. Now, on your left side, on your sketch, you probably notice the bottom of a tree stump. You don't want to paint that. You want to paint just up to it. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the instructions. Okay. Someone said that they're confused, and I'm just going to slow down for a moment to go over the instructions. We're painting a background for this project, but our background has 3 sections of color: yellow, bright orange, dark orange. Right now, we are only painting the dark orange. So we are only painting up to just above the books. And I know that's a little confusing to some people, like, you know, maybe wondering why we aren't just painting the entire background orange. That's because we're simulating a sunset. So you're going to paint to just above the books on both sides. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to do that on mine. Okay. Draco, how's yours coming along?
Mine is coming along really good.
Okay, awesome.
Does any of my Girl Scout sisters want to share some jokes?
Is this a good time to make some polyjuice potion?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So, as you're painting, I'm gonna make some polyjuice potion. For those of you who remember, in the Harry Potter movie, polyjuice is a potion that allows the drinker to assume the form of someone else. Fortunately, I found a recipe that I'm going to share with you, and I'll send it to you after the event. In a bowl, I'm going to add 8 ounces of Elmer's white school glue and 5 drops of green food coloring and mix it up. Everyone do that with me. Okay. Here is my glue in my container. And then I'm going to get my food coloring out of the packaging.
Hey, Dobby, they're just watching you, right?
What?
Are they just watching you right now, or are they doing it with you?
I think I'm doing it. I don't think they're following along.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so now I'm gonna mix this up. Whoa, that's a cool green color. I don't know if you guys can see that. Here. So like, let me take my background off. Okay. This is my green color. I'm gonna keep mixing. Okay. Next, I'm going to add a pinch of baking soda. Okay. I'm going to mix that up. Okay, and now I'm going to take saline solution, which is like contact rinse, and mix that in. I'm gonna take about 1.5 tablespoons. And I'm gonna mix that up. And then after that, I'm gonna add some more because I want my Polyjuice potion to be extra slimy. And then you're gonna keep stirring until you can't stir anymore. Isn't that awesome? I'll make sure I send you the recipe after the event. Okay, back to you, Miss Chamika.
Awesome. Okay, so here's the painting. Okay, so I have my books painted, and I only have the background next to the books currently painted. So now you're going to take your orange paint. Now this is not the orange and red combination that we just used. This is going to be the orange with yellow. So right now you're using orange paint. You're getting your wide brush. Okay, the same wide rectangle brush. You're mixing that with, you're using that. I'm getting some orange paint on my brush and I'm mixing it in the orange. Draco, do you know why I'm mixing the orange paint with the yellow paint?
To brighten it?
That's right. We want to brighten it. Because as we go up on this painting, we have these different tones of orange and yellow. So now you're going to paint on the sides of the owl. Okay. And everyone can see how the owl has his, let's say, arm or feathers raised. You are going to paint with your orange color, your brightened orange color, just halfway up where the owl. So let's see, on your sketch you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections of where his feathers go to. You're going to paint up to the 3rd section. Okay, so when you look at your sketch, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feathers. You're going to paint up to the 3rd feather with your brightened orange paint. Okay. Paint right up to the feather. Okay. Now, when you go over to the other side of the owl, you will notice that there's a space between the 2 sections of his scarf. Be very careful when you paint between the 2 sections of his scarf, because you don't want to paint over the scarf. That is going to be a separate set of colors. Okay. I'm going to go back and recap because I know that there are a few of you that maybe weren't sure what we were painting when we stopped to do the craft. So I'm just going to recap that for you. Okay. So we have painted the background beside the books in an orange that was mixed with a red. We painted that to just above the books with our wide square or wide rectangle paintbrush. Now, Draco and I have taken our orange paint, we've mixed it with some yellow, and we've painted only halfway up Let me see if I can, yeah. We've painted only halfway up the sides of the owl. Okay. That's all we're doing at this point. We've painted halfway up the sides of the owl, and I'm also taking a moment to paint the sides of my canvas with some of my leftover paint. So that when I hang my painting up, you'll see that my canvas is complete. Now, I didn't do that with the reddish orange paint. So because I have just an extra minute, I'm going to get some of that reddish orange paint and just paint the sides of the canvas. Okay, so just along the side. So I have the front of my canvas and then I have the sides. Draco, did you decide to paint the sides of yours too?
I have, yeah.
Perfect. Sometimes I do give away paintings as gifts. I have done that before. When my niece was born, I painted a beautiful pink rabbit because she was, they were having the shower around Easter time. So I painted a beautiful pink rabbit and had that sent to her. It's just, these paintings can make a very nice personalized gift.
Yeah.
Miss Shamika,
Yes.
we need to make our Hocus Pocus punch soon. When would be a good time for us to do that?
Now is actually a very good time to do that.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Okay.
I'll start right now. Okay. Hello, my fellow wizards. Hold on, where am I? Oh, okay. 1 second. Perfect. Hello, my fellow wizards. As you're painting, I'm going to share with you another wizarding recipe. This one is called Hocus Pocus Punch. I'm actually going to make it 2 different ways. So just listen along and I'll make it twice and maybe you'll like one better than the other. Okay, so as you may have noticed, we have played a clip from the movie Hocus Pocus at the beginning of the event. My family watches that movie every single year in October, and it is a core memory. This is why this recipe is so special to me. Hocus Pocus Punch only has a few ingredients, but you can make it a few different ways. The first way is, let me go grab something real quick. Okay. The first way is to add a scoop of sherbet to a glass. So I'm gonna get a big scoop into a glass. Then I'm going to pour mango juice about halfway up. About halfway. And then I'm going to pour my sparkling water on top until it's full. Then I can do it that way. That is delicious. I love that. But there's another way to do it. I like to make it because it only has 2 ingredients and it's super easy. So first, I'm going to put 1 to 2 scoops of rainbow sherbet in my cup. I'm going to put really 1.5 here. Okay. You may have noticed that I dipped the rim of each of my cups in frosting and then sprinkles just to make it a little more decorative. And after the sherbet, I'm just going to pour sun-kissed orange soda over the top until it's completely full. Okay. And that's it. I like this one a lot better just because it's easier to make and it's still super delicious. It's so good. Super delicious and easy. Remember, I'll send you the recipe after the event is over. Back to you, Miss Shamika.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I just want to double check, did Ginny share her recipe?
We're gonna share the recipe at the very end.
The
Yes.
wizard recipe. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, so now your canvas, okay, you should have painted in your orangish red color up to the side of the books, and then up to the side of the owl. Now we're going to do the final layer of the background, which is going to be the painting in the yellow part. Okay, let's take a moment and go ahead and grab your paintbrush. This time you're going to use your number 6 brush. Let me grab that. You're going to use your number 6 brush. You're going to do 2 separate things. The first thing you're going to do, because we do have branches in the background. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get your brush that looks like so. Perfect. You're going to get your yellow paint on it, and you're going to outline where the branches are and then paint. Let me show you what I mean. So if you look at your sketch, you notice that you have branches that go across the top of the owl. I'm taking my number 6 brush and I am outlining right next to the branches. Does Draco, do you know why I might outline right next to the branches?
So that you don't like go over the outline?
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm outlining right next to the branches so that when I do take out my wide brush, I don't just paint right over them. Okay? So that is a great technique that you all are learning. Is a lot of times people think that when they are painting, yes, that is the same brush that we use for painting the books. Okay? Lots of times when we think of outlining and tracing, we think about that with coloring, but you also do the same thing with paint, especially when you want to paint in detail. So I'm going to go ahead and outline right next to the branches. I'm using yellow paint. I'm using the same brush that we used to paint the books. And I'm just outlining the branches right now, outlining the outside of the branches. So that's just going to take us a minute to do, or a few minutes. And then once we have that done, it makes it so much easier to come in with your wide brush. How's it coming along for you, Draco?
It's going really good. Do you think now would be a good time for my other Girl Scout sister to do another little like cooking recipe?
Yes, let's have it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, my fellow wizards. Your masterpieces are looking quite wizardly. Yum. Have you all had Harry Potter butterbeer cookies before? They are absolutely divine. They both have butterscotch and white chocolate chips in them. Isn't that beautiful? Here's what I'm going to do. Since we don't have time to make cookies together, I'm going to send you my favorite Harry Potter butterbeer cookie recipe after this event. How does that sound? Give me a thumbs up if you like making cookies. Me too. Give me a thumbs up if you like eating wizard foods and drinks. Me too. Let's do this. Send me a message in the chat box which wizard food or drink you like the best. For me, I'd probably say the butterbeer. If you've ever gone to Universal Studios, they have a Harry Potter land, and they actually sell the butterbeer drinks there, and they are super good. That's probably my favorite. So in the chat box, Gabby Hufflepuff said that they like cookies. Joe said they like butterbeer with chocolate frogs. That sounds delicious. If you girls could send more of your favorite little wizard treats, that would be great. I also like the broomsticks that we made earlier. Those are really, really cute. I love little treats that remind me of wizard things and all those candies, or just wizard colors. For example, like during Halloween time, purple, orange, black. Someone said they like cheese, broomsticks or butterbeer, every flavor beans, frozen peanut butter beer, cookies. That's a lot of yummy treats. Okay, my fellow Girl Scouts and Wizards, I'm going to hand you back to Miss Chamika. I just wanted to let you guys know that we are going to be sending you guys a butterbeer cookie recipe after this.
Awesome, awesome. Those butterbeer cookies sound delicious. So now with your canvases, you should have outlined where your branches are with your yellow paint. I use the same brush that we did for the books. So if you have that done and you've outlined where your branches are with yellow, now you're going to come back with your wide brush, your wide rectangle brush, and you're just going to fill in the yellow. Okay? Because if you remember correctly what our finished product looked like, it has yellow, bright orange, and then a darker orange. So I'll show you exactly what I'm doing here. Now I'm coming in with my wide brush. Oh, make sure it's not dripping. Hold on a second. That's why we keep our paper towels handy. Mine had a little too much water on it. Okay. All right, fix that. So now I'm using my wide rectangular brush, and I am filling in all of the space above the owl, above and around the owl. Since I outlined with my thinner brush, I know that I'm not painting over the branches. We will be painting those branches in just a moment. Does anyone have a joke for me? All right.
What do witches put on their bagels?
I don't know.
Scream cheese.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Does anyone have any other jokes they would like to share? How does Voldemort keep his breath fresh? I don't know. How does he? By using Dementos. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, Draco, how's it going with you painting all of the space except for the branches with your wide brush?
It's going really good.
Okay. That's good. And don't forget that you can use this time to paint the sides of your canvas with any extra paint that you have from that color. So Draco, are you seeing this painting really come together? Start
I
to come
am.
together? Awesome. This is like a wonderful sunset for this wizarding owl. So I'm just painting the edge of my canvas. I have painted, and I'm going to turn this around in just a second for everybody to see it. Okay, I have painted the space around my owl, not including the branches. And all of my background has been painted. So once you have that complete, you can go ahead and take this wide brush and wash it. Go ahead and wash it. We are going to use it to paint the stump of the tree. So let's go ahead and do that. And before we know it, our owl is going to be complete with all of the detail. Okay, now if you've raised your hand, go ahead and what do Harry Potter fans eat for breakfast? Hufflepuffs. Awesome, awesome. Now remember to send your messages or jokes to one of our event hosts that have the green and white backgrounds. Okay. Nice work, everybody. Yes, Joe, that looks amazing. Everyone's is looking great. Draco, how is it going for you? Are you almost ready to paint the tree trunk?
Yeah, I'm almost ready.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to get my large, and you know what? This is another trick of the trade. I keep my water jar and my brushes close by so that each time I'm getting ready to paint a new paint color, sometimes I use a paper towel. Other times I just press the brush on the inside of my water jar and it's just as good. So keep that in mind whenever you're doing your paintings. All right, so let's go ahead and take our white brush. As you see, mine has been completely cleaned off from the yellow paint. And now I'm going to get the brown paint and let's go ahead and paint this tree trunk. The tree trunk from your sketch goes along the side of the canvas. So you take your wide brush, okay? And this is so easy, and look how nicely that's coming together. I'm just using my wide brush, and now you're only painting the tree trunk. You are not painting the branches with your wide brush. Draco, do you have any idea why we are not going to paint the branches with this wide brush?
Because it would be like really difficult.
That's right. It would be difficult, and this wide flat brush is not going to allow us to get the detail to paint the branches. So that's exactly why. So once you've painted the tree trunk, you can go ahead and put that brush back into the water. And let's see here. Okay, so so Glinda did the butterbeer cookies. We did the polyjuice potion. Someone is going to share the recipe. All right, and let's see how Draco and Trisha, let's see how your paintings are coming along. Would you like to share your painting with everybody in the group?
I would love to. This is
Okay.
how mine's going along so far.
Very nice. Yes. Great
I still have to work on the
sunset.
tree trunk.
Okay. So you're getting ready to do the tree trunk. Perfect. Nice. Luna, very nice. This is coming along. Yes, this is coming along. Fantastic. Okay. So it seems that you all are pretty much pros with the brush that we used for painting the books. We're about to use that again to paint the branches. So go ahead and get that brush cleaned off. And also just a side note, have no fear. If you have, let's say while you were painting, you notice that you got a little paint on something, maybe on your clothes, maybe on something that you're doing. If you wash it immediately following this event, it will come out. But the key is you have to wash it immediately following the event. Okay. So now I've gone back to the brush that I used to paint the books. I'm using my brown paint, and now I'm going to paint my branches. Okay. And now this is just as simple as filling in the blanks. Now you're just filling in where you see the branches. Okay. And believe it or not, it's coming together. When we outlined with this same brush, when we outlined in yellow before we painted with our wide brush, now it makes it so easy to paint these branches. Draco, are you finding this to be also easy?
Yeah, I'm finding it to be a lot easy.
Yeah. And that's why we do these small steps to help set up the framing for this process. Okay. So if you are following along, you know that we have painted all of the background. And now we are painting the branches. Okay. You're painting the branches with the same brush that we painted the potion and the spell books with. Okay. And go ahead and do that. Does anyone have a wizard joke for me? If you do, please share it with your hosts so that they can share it with all of us. Okay, if you have a joke, please send it to your host.
I have a joke.
Let's hear it.
Why did the witch give up fortune telling?
Why?
She saw no future in it.
That is hysterical. Does anyone else have a joke?
I have a joke.
Let's hear it.
Why is herbology Slytherin students' favorite class?
I don't know. Tell me why.
Because it's in a greenhouse.
I have a joke.
Let's hear it.
Why did Harry Potter throw away all of his old potions?
I don't know. Tell me why.
They were past their expiration date.
Great job.
I have a joke.
What is it?
Why was Harry Potter sent to the office?
I don't know.
Because he was cursing in class.
Oh.
That's hysterical. Okay. So we are almost finished with our painting. You should have your books painted, your background, your tree trunk, and your branches. So we're going to move on to the next step. Okay. So keep the yellow paint on your brush, and we're going to paint the owl's eyes. So for the owl's eyes, he has a black pupil and then a yellow background. So we're going to paint the yellow of the background, and then we're going to paint the yellow sections of his scarf. So go ahead and use the same brush. Oh, you might have to clean it off. I just noticed we just did brown. Okay, you might have to clean your brush off. So go ahead and clean your brush off that we just did the brown paint with. And now you're going to get your yellow paint and the same brush that we use for the books, paint the background of the owl's eyes. Okay. And every other section of his scarf. Okay. So you're using the brush we painted the books with. You're painting the background of the owl's eyes, and every other section of his scarf. Okay. And go ahead and do every other section of the scarf. And then we're going to immediately go to the Auburn red for his scarf. Okay. So every other section of the scarf. And, okay. Once you have that done, you're going to see how nicely this is all going to come together. Draco, how's it going on your end?
It's going really good.
Okay. Awesome.
Miss Jamika, when should everyone sign their paintings?
I was just looking at that. Okay. So we should go ahead and sign our paintings. We have a space. You should have a space right on the bottom of your painting that you're going to go ahead and do your signature. So you're going to take your skinniest brush. Now, this is even smaller than the one that we used for painting the books. And you're going to dip that in your black paint. We haven't used black paint yet, but you're going to. So go ahead and get your black paint, put it onto your paint palette, and get the skinniest brush you have. And let's go ahead and do our signature. I'm using the skinniest brush I have. I have my paint. And now it depends on how long your name is. You might want to put your full name, but what a lot of artists will do is they'll put their first initial and last name. So for me, I'm going to do C. Sparks. Okay. If you have painted all the way to the bottom of your canvas, you can put the signature on top of it. But if you haven't, you can use the bottom space. It is completely up to you, but your bottom part of your canvas should be dry by now. All right, ladies, I can't believe how amazing you all have done, because we are actually now on our final step. If you have your skinny brush out that we just used from your signature, you're getting ready to use it.
Can you also show your painting?
Oh, yes.
It's looking amazing.
Okay. So our final two steps, we are doing we're going to mix a little bit of red and brown and paint the other sections of the owl's scarf. And then we're just going to outline in black and write the names on the books and we're done. Is everybody ready? Great. All right, Draco. So go ahead and grab a little bit of red and a little bit of brown and mix those two together.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to paint the alternate sections on the owl's scarf. Okay. So we're doing very little red and very little brown to make a reddish brown. Mixing that together. And are you using your tiniest brush, Draco?
I am.
Perfect. Okay. So now I'm filling in and painting the spaces that were not yellow on the scarf. Okay. And I know some of you may get finished before others. If you get finished before everyone else after painting the reddish brown sections on the owl's scarf, go ahead and wash off your brush, dip it in the black paint, and outline the owl's wings, eyes, and the names on the sides of each of the books. Okay. How's your scarf coming along, Draco?
It's coming along really good. I'm almost done.
I know, I can't believe it. Okay. So I have one more section to paint on my owl scarf. Okay. So my owl scarf is all painted in. My books are painted. My backgrounds are painted. My tree trunk is painted. My branches are painted. I have my signature. And now I'm going to get, hold on a second. Now I'm going to get my black paint. Okay. And I am going to outline the owl's wings and write the names on the books. And just like that, we have our wizarding owl. Okay, so go ahead and get your black paint. And Draco, do you have any idea why we would save the darkest paint color for last?
So like the lighter colors wouldn't like mix in with the black?
Exactly. If we were to paint with the black first, or our very darkest color first, then sometimes it's hard to get that color out of the brush and it would end up bleeding into the rest of the painting. Okay, so everyone should be using their skinniest, smallest brush, using the black paint, outline your owl and your owl's eyes, and write the names on the books. And let me know when you're done. Or you can also let your host know when you're done. Okay. Does anyone have one last joke? Okay, go ahead and share it with your host.
What kind of subject do they teach at Wizard School?
I don't know what kind.
Spelling.
Okay, guys, we need to go ahead and turn it over to Bellatrix. Bellatrix, will you wrap it up for us?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Miss Chamika. This was so much fun. I think we should find out how all of these paintings turned out. Can everyone pick up their painting and show us how your Wonders of Wizarding Hedwig the Magical Owl masterpieces turned out? Let's see.
Nice.
These all look so good. Dumbledore, Texas, very good. Hermione Granger, New York, looks great. Ginny Weasley, Colorado, very good. Lana and Ariana, those look great. Amazing. Luna Lovegood, Rose Granger, Abby, these all look so good, guys. A big thank you to all of you guys for spending your time with us today. Okay, my fellow Girl Scout sisters and wizards, let's use our clapping hands function to thank Miss Chamika for her time today. Go ahead and show us all your clapping hands. Okay, it's time for me to hand you off to my Girl Scout sister, friend, and fellow wizard, Draco.
Hi. Thank you, Beatrix. Hello, fellow wizards and Girl Scout sisters. I love your masterpieces. Would you like to see mine? I'm not fully done. I still have to finish mine. I can't
Draco?
believe. Yeah?
Draco, excuse me. Before you guys wrap up, would you mind after we do the friendship circle, if I can see everyone's masterpieces again so I can take a picture?
We could show ours right now.
Okay, perfect.
So, everyone, can you hold up your paintings so that Miss Chamika can get some photos? Make sure you smile.
Amazing. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Draco.
No problem. I can't believe our time together is already coming to an end. Before we leave, we need to share a Girl Scout tradition with you. Normally, if we were in person, we would have a friendship circle. We'd cross our arms, hold hands, do our friendship hand squeeze, put our foot in the middle of the circle before twirling out of the circle. Since we can't do that, we are going to share a Girl Scout tradition through song. Please go ahead and unmute yourselves right now so we can sing one final song together. You can do that now. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. This song is called Make New Friends, Keep the Old. It's a tradition song that is a tradition to share together.
But keeps you and meet the cat.
I didn't even say.
What's the point?
Hello.
Hello.
Let's did you unmute? Make new friends, keep
One is silver and the other gold.
Make a new friend to keep the beautiful. One is silver and the other.
That song as well. You enjoyed it.
Thank you all for joining us. Wizarding party today. Farewell.
Thank you.
Bye, ladies.
Thank you.
Bye. Girl Scouts.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Thank
you.
My name's Kitty. Thank you. Bye.
You have to leave it white with the paint. We'll paint it.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Which I was white.